Alright, Shalom. Before I start off, I'd like to first and foremost give all honor, glory, and praise unto our Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh. Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rachakwadash. True name of the Heavenly Father in the ancient Paleo Hebrew tongue is Yahweh. Yah meaning He, Hawa to be, to exist. Ba'Hashem in the name of His only begotten Son, our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai, Mashiach. Yah meaning He, Hawashai, deliverer, Savior. Alright? Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, West Indians, Haitians, as well as you Israelite foreigners scattered abroad. Alright? The Lord upon His return is going to deliver His elect of the nation of Israel upon the destruction of this modern day Babylon, aka America, all right, Babylon the Great. Okay, and real quick, this is gonna be a quick MOTB update, all right, because hey man, we at the end of this man's kingdom. Okay, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, this is the end of heathen rulership. All right, we in the times of the end, okay? And all the visions that were written aforetime, all right, are being fulfilled right before our very eyes, okay? And one major prophecy that's getting ready to come to pass is Revelation 3:10, the hour of temptation, okay, in which is a part of Jacob's trouble, all right? But this devil Esau, Edom, is getting ready to mandate the mark of the beast, okay, which is the RFID microchip, okay. And as the elders and apostles on down, as we've been saying, now you have it that this is all being put in your face, okay. So you other Israelite camps, what have you to say now? All right, because now it's evident what the MOTB truly is. And you've been saying, right, that it's anything outside of what GMS says it is, and you're going to have blood on your hands. You're going to have blood on your hands, okay? Real quick. Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what He will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the prophets are standing upon their watch, okay? Sounding the alarm, right? Giving the warning, okay? Scriptures talk about if the trumpet given on a certain sound, who will prepare to the battle, right? And these other Israelite camps, what are they doing? They're not sounding the alarm. They're not giving people the warning, okay? And Yahweh Ba'Hashem Shai is going to deal with you, right? Verse 2, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. And the visions are concerning the prophecies, right? What should come to pass shortly. And we're making it plain, right? We're breaking it down to you, okay? That you could take it and run with it, right? Verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry. And the vision concerning the MOTB is not tarrying. It's getting ready to come to pass, just as the Lord said it would, right? The vision is yet for an appointed time. Yeah, this is that appointed time, the time of the end. Real quick. How do we know? It's lucky, as soon as you cut the camera on. But it says, 2 Ezra 9:1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and we see that, right? The whole situation that has been ongoing in France, right? Uproars of the people, okay? You got arson, lootings, right? People shooting ARs, okay? France is in uproar right now. That's just an example. That's coming to America very soon, right? You're going to have civil wars, clashes, okay? Chaos. But the whole motto ahead of this NWO, right? The Novus Ordo Seclorum is Ordo ab Chaos, order out of chaos, you know? And like it tells you in this article, it's like here. They create the crises. That's part of the Hegelian dialect. You know, problem, reaction, solution. They create the crises, and they're stirring shit up so that they can crash this economy, right? They can crash this economy. They can get rid of the dollar, right? The petrodollar, okay? You know, very soon in our lifetime, right? Because a lot of our people, they don't believe this is going to happen in their lifetime, but it is, right? Real quick. Ezekiel 12 and 24, or first, verse 21, Ezekiel 12 and 21. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that you have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, that every vision faileth? And this is the mindset of, you know, those of our people that aren't watching. They're not being circumspect, and they're not going to take heed to the word, right? And subsequently, destruction is going, and calamities are going to fall upon them. They're going to be taken in the said calamities that's coming to this place, because the Lord is bringing judgment upon the world, right? What is that proverb? It's a proverb that you have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth. Okay? The visions concerning the prophecies, right? Whether they say, oh, that ain't gonna happen. Okay? MOTB, yeah, sure. That ain't gonna happen. You know? Yeah, something might happen, but it ain't gonna happen soon. That's the mindset of our people. They think that every vision is gonna fail, right? The days are prolonged, that they have time in this place to bullshit, right? To continue living it up as an American, right? It says, verse 23, tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but saying to them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. Right? Because you got Israelites within the circumcision that know they're Israelites that aren't going to be prepared, all right, for what's coming. Okay? But like the scriptures say, they that have abused my ways, in 2nd Ezra, I believe 15 or 9 somewhere, you know, they should be in a pitiful case, which will now abuse my ways. Right? And cast it behind them despitefully. The words of Yahweh Shem El Shai. Right? They're going to be in a pitiful case. Because calamity is going to come. Evil is going to come. Evil and only evil is come. Right? There shall no more vain vision or flattering divination within the house of Israel. There should be no more vain vision or flattering divination within the house of Israel. Right? Because they telling each other that everything is going to be all good. You know? They're not preparing, right? They don't really see the gravity of what's going on in the world, right? A lot of them are probably paid off, okay? Paid off, proud, right? I'm talking about these leaders of these other camps, man, all right? Because you got them saying Jacob's trouble is G-A-Y. You know? How the fuck you gonna make a statement like that? We're talking about a time that's coming, right? That has been like no other. That's coming to this world, right? Shit is fixing to get real. Shit is fixing to hit. Shit is getting ready to hit the fan real soon. Okay. Yet you have these other leaders, so-called of Israel, these other Israelite camps, saying that kind of nonsense. Okay, leading their people astray, right? Some even encourage them to take the jump shot. Okay? So, what's going to happen when they start implementing this MOTB. And they start telling you, you got to, in order to, what they're saying, in order to be sustained in society, in this society, in order to continue in it, you got to get this. Then how is your congregation going to feel? Well, what's going to happen to them? And I believe you are going to have elect members within these other camps that are going to wake up, and come about of that thing, right? And get right. Subscribe to the true doctrine. Subscribe to the elders and apostles of GMS. For I am the Lord, but the Salakia. The Lord did say that judgment will begin at His house, right? So the Lord is going to deal. Verse 25, for I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. Like the Lord said, the word that proceedeth out of His mouth shall not return unto Him void. Roughly paraphrase. Okay, but everything the Most High has purposed to go down, has predetermined to go down, is going to go down. All right? It shall no more be prolonged. The point. For in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, said the Lord Yahweh. Okay? Again, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is yet for many days to come. And he prophesied of the times that are far off. And they didn't know. Okay? These times are upon us. The hour of temptation is upon us. The time of Jacob's trouble is coming. It is upon us. Right? Shit is going to get real. Okay? But the Lord is going to have His elect. The Lord is going to keep His elect. Like He tells you. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. It shall come upon the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Because our faith is going to be tested. But Lord willing, we going to endure until the end. All right? For everyone that shall escape shall by for everyone that shall escape by faith and works wherein he has believed. Okay? So Lord willing, if we be of that elect, the Lord is going to keep the spirit on us to resist. All right? Because they coming with the digital dollar, right? Hold on. It's right here. WEF, the World Economic Forum, says CBDCs must be implanted under your skin. CBDC, central bank digital currency, right? Why centralized? Because they want to trace and track it. They want to control. They want to trace and track, right? Control transactions. Program your money, right? Centralized being is backed by the central banks. WEF, the World Economic Forum, says CBDCs must be implanted under your skin if you want to participate in society. So Revelation 13 chapter, verse 15 on down, right? And I'm gonna get that. But this is what's coming. This is what it's coming to, right? the quote unquote the Great Reset. Agenda 2030, like it's all the NWO. Under the guise of Agenda 2030, the Great Reset, and so on and so forth. Okay, but these devils, they have an agenda to bring about a digital system, right? A digital prison. Okay, and the whole infrastructure is set up to where all they have to do is bring that. Which they talking about Fed Now, which was supposed to launch at the first of this month. But now they're pushing for the latter end of this month, which Fed Now was said to replace your payment processing apps like Cash App, Venmo, and all that. That's getting ready to be done away with. You had JP Morgan, I believe, and 40 plus other banks in the trial phase with CBDC, central bank digital currency, and Fed now. All right, the 24/7 digital payment system. Okay, so shit is fixing, like shit is gonna happen real soon. All right, this is around the corner. This is here. All right. WEF says CBDCs must be implanted under your skin. How they gonna implant the CBD? How you gonna use the CBDCs? By the RFID microchip. Okay, that's how CBDCs are gonna be implanted under your skin. In order to use CBDCs, eventually you gonna have to have the MOTB up under your skin to use it. All right, that's what's gonna be used to manage it. Okay, so real quick, well, I'm gonna just read on. I didn't want to read the whole thing, because I didn't want to drag out this lesson, but I wanted to hit certain key points. But they give the whole scoop within this article. All right, the whole scoop of what they're getting ready to do. Okay. Since WEF, the World Economic Forum, has declared that all citizens must be implanted with a CBDC microchip in the very near future. Very near future. You see? In order to be able to fully participate in society and do basic things such as purchase food and water. Klaus Schwab, the founder of the World Economic Forum, he was saying all that shit, man, about water. Humans shouldn't basically have the right to water like that, right? This is the devil, man. Okay. They was talking about wanting to abolish fashion. Everybody would have to wear a uniform. Limited to 3 articles of clothing each year, something like that, right? This is kind of draconian. These are the type of total. This is the type of control this devil wants over the society. All right, over the world. Okay, because he actually wants transhumanism, right? He actually wants to put this technology inside of you, so he can control you. Okay, that's all Agenda 2030 is about. That's all the sustainable development goals are about. And brother, I was seeing a brother had did a lesson on that. Lord willing, I kind of touched on that. SDGs and ESG, right? Because they have a SDG summit, Sustainable Development Goal Summit, coming up this September in New York. So these devils they getting together and conspiring, right? Conspiracies are not shit is not a theory anymore. They're coming out and telling you what it is. All a conspiracy is a plotting to do evil, right? And they have purpose evil against us. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? Israelites, right? We have enemies, man. The heathen, Esau, Edom, and they have an agenda to eradicate us out the earth, right? Cut us off. Like it tells you, I believe it's Psalm 83, right? They're confederate against the Lord, against his people. But it says, according to Professor Richard Werner, in the very near future, citizens will need to use the latest technology, such as CBDC chip implant, in order to access their bank accounts. So there it is, plain as day, man. Professor Richard A. Werner is an economist and professor of banking and finance. He is known as the proponent of new post-crisis monetary policy he called quantitative easing, QE, which he proposed in Japan in 1995 as chief economist of British Investment Bank. Right? But I'm gonna try to read up. And he says, you have to think of CBDCs as a control system or a permit system, not a currency, Professor Werner explained. It's a conditional currency based on you actually getting that permit. Now, if you happen to be some kind of critic of government policy or critic of central banks, this could be difficult, right? Because in order for you to use those CBDCs, you're going to have to be compliant with the policies and rules and regulations this devil comes with, which ahead of this great reset, they've been talking about a whole lot of restrictions coming to the web, right? In regards to like free speech and misinformation, right? But basically, the famine of the word is coming real soon. Because they want to try to scrub the internet of this truth, right? Now, if you happen to be some kind of critic of government policy or critic of central banks, this could be difficult. Or if you dare to step out of the 15-minute city zone, see, they talking about 15-minute cities, 15-minute smart cities, right? Which is gonna be like, pretty much like, what do you call it, man? Slocky. Prison camps, Or if you dare step out of the 15-minute city zone, maybe you'll find that, oh, my CBDC isn't working. Of course, these are the things we've already seen in China. Because China, like Klaus Schwab said, China is basically the model of the world, right? Because this is getting ready to be a global thing, okay? And out there in China, they have a social credit system, right? Which is a credit rating based off of actions, right? Behaviors, which if that rating drops, you don't have access to certain shit, they're gonna tie social credit score to the CBDC. These are things we've already seen in China. There's plenty of videos where somebody tries to use it to buy a ticket and it doesn't work because the social credit scores are low. And effectively, there's no real right to appeal. With very few people controlling the very many, the controllers will use computers and algorithms to run the system. And that's where you have machine learning, artificial intelligence, AI, right? Because the AI is going to be programmed, to manage CBDCs, your social credit, right, in real time, okay? If you appeal the blocking of CBDCs, you'll be dealing with automated responses, you see? Professor Werner explained that the central planners, in all essence, is talking about the elite banking families, the Esau Edom, right? As he calls them, orchestrate inflation to cover up changes to banking systems, right? And that's what we see right now, inflation, right? Pretty soon, as this shit collapses even further, you're gonna have people losing their jobs, and this devil is gonna try to make it to where you're gonna have to depend on him for your substance, right? That's where you have talks about universal basic income. There's people gonna receive, in a month, a certain amount of dollars, digital dollars, right? And it's gonna be like, you're going to have to spend it. It's going to have an expired date on it. Certain amount of time that you can have it and use it. All right. And shit, this devil could just turn it off if you going against what he's saying, right? If you ain't really if you're speaking out against, because we gonna have to, like I remember the elder apostle Tahar said, we gonna have to use the world, not abuse it. We gonna have to use the CBDCs. But shit, Esau turn our shit off. We just gonna have to solely, period. We gonna have to solely depend on Yahweh B'Shem Shai, because the Lord is gonna provide for us in the times of tribulation, right? In the time of in the hour of temptation, right? Lord willing, okay. But when it comes to that point, man, we really gonna have to trust and keep our trust and fidelity to Yahweh B'Shem Shai, right? Even if it means being put to death, right? Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. But let me see. It says, for example, in the 1970s, high inflation was orchestrated to cover up the move of gold-backed U.S. dollar to the petrodollar, right? Because in 1971, I believe President Richard Nixon removed the gold standard, right? So, petrodollar, like it says, high inflation was orchestrated to cover up the move of the gold-backed U.S. dollar to the petrodollar. And the high inflation we've experienced in 2021/2022 has been orchestrated to cover up the move from the petrodollar to CBDCs. So that's what it's coming down to. That they're getting ready to implement the CBDCs, right? The central bank digital currency. Let's see. It says proof that this was a deliberate action, which he was talking about how orchestrated inflation is being used to cover up changes to banking systems, right? Proof that this was a deliberate action, Professor Werner said, was that just before the CV pandemic, all right, in August 2019, there was a conference in Jackson Hole, the annual Central Bankers Conference, but it invited BlackRock, which BlackRock, all right, is owned by Vanguard. Like a brother had did a lesson going into how Vanguard and BlackRock, are basically the largest, like it says, the big asset managers, right? Which the elites had a hand in all that. Okay, it's controlled by the elites, right? It's a lot. So BlackRock is owned by Vanguard. And I had a little info on the side from Inside Business. It says, interestingly, Vanguard is the largest shareholder of BlackRock. As of March 2021, the elite that own Vanguard apparently do not like being in the spotlight. But of course, they cannot hide from who is willing to dig. And we know that the elite, all right, like it tells you, the elite of Esau, Edom, we know they got their hands in that, right? Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. These elite banking families, man. You got the World Bank, right? The elite that own Vanguard apparently do not like being in the spotlight, but of course they cannot hide from who is willing to dig. Reports from Oxfam and Bloomberg say 1% of the world together owns more money than the other 99%. Even worse, Oxfam says 82% of all earned money in 2017 went to this 1%. In other words, these two investment companies, Vanguard and BlackRock, hold a monopoly in all industries in the world. And they, in turn, are owned by the richest families in this world, which would be the banking families of Esau, Edom. Those are the wealthiest families, the richest families in the world, okay? Some of whom are royalty and who have been very rich since before the Industrial Rev, right? While it would take time to sift through all of Vanguard's funds to identify individual shareholders and therefore owners of Vanguard, a quick look-see suggests Rothschild Investment Corp and the Edmund de Rothschild Holding are two such stakeholders. Keep in mind the name Rothschild. All right, so there you go. Rothschild, okay? Red Shield, right? Esau, Edom, okay? One of the wealthy banking families. And BlackRock / Vanguard own Big Pharma. BlackRock and Vanguard own the media, right? New York Times, May 2021. BlackRock, second largest stakeholder, 7.43% of all total shares. Just after Vanguard Group, right, that was BlackRock. It says BlackRock, second largest stakeholder, 7.43% of all total shares. The first, Vanguard Group owns the largest portion, 8.11%. In addition to the New York Times, Vanguard and BlackRock are the top two owners of Time Warner, Comcast, Disney, and News Corp, 4 of the 6 media companies that control more than 90% of the U.S. media landscape. See? And it goes on to say, needless to say, if you control this many news outlets, you can control entire nations by way of carefully orchestrated, centralized propaganda disguised as journalism. So anyhow, it goes on to say, Central Bankers Conference, but it invited BlackRock, the big asset manager. And BlackRock made a proposal. They said there will be another crisis, but this time we should create inflation. They never explain why. They just say we must create inflation. And here's how we're going to do it. And decided my proposal without mentioning my name, of course. And there's one more factor. Professor Warner said the Federal Reserve hired BlackRock in March 2020 to buy assets. QE was for a deflationary situation, but the way they were using it had to cause inflation. There was no doubt. And they knew it because they said it, right? And they're using inflation like you said, you know? They're getting ready to crash this economy, okay? And bring about this system, this digital system, right? Says, so this current inflation is entirely intentionally created by the central banks, by the central planners. So how are we going to punish them for this? Oh, let's give them more powers. Let's give them unprecedented powers over everything, over life on earth through the central bank digital currencies. The reason why I think they wanted this inflation, because that is to cover up essentially the disintegration of the petrodollar and move to the new system, which they want to be CBDC based. And these other countries already have CBDCs and are doing trial phases, and you know, but you just had it to where, you know, the nations are no longer making these petrodollar deals that upheld the dollar, okay? But like you had the BRICS currency, you had the BRICS nations, right, moving away from the dollar, okay? So the dollar is done, right? The dollar is done, and they're gonna have to come with the CBDC real soon. They are, right? As you had JP Morgan plus 40 plus banks doing a trial run with the CBDC and FedNow, right? Ahead of its launch, which the FedNow is said to be the launch pad for the CBDC, right? And eventually, it's going to come to the point to where you're going to have that implantable microchip to use the CBDC, all right? But I'm going to go ahead and get this, because pretty much this is the point right here, the whole lesson. This is Revelation 13 and 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which ye have power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had a wound by a sword and did live. Okay? And those miracles, talking about technology and science that this man is coming with, right? Esau, Edom, right? Those technological advances were given him of Yahweh Shemal Shai, all right? And the image of the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live, talking about the pagan Roman Empire, which is back today. This is Rome 2.0, okay? We're in the revival of the Roman Empire. America, NATO, and the EU, the beast, right? Back today, okay? Which had a wound by a sword and did live, all right? It says verse 15, and ye have power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed, right? The image of the beast, again, this Roman Empire being reincarnated, all right, and being exercised right now, right? This beast system, technocracy, right, that we're seeing, okay? But pretty much, the image of the beast going into the Salakia, man. This is my train of thought. Pretty much this system is modeled after the system of the ancient Roman Empire. Everything, right? From the way this whole thing is set up, okay? Everything comprised in this man's system, including his laws, his philosophies, democracy, the whole infrastructure, all right? All these things make up the image, right? It says, and he had power to give life into the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed, right? And the image of the beast is speaking, man, right? The image of the beast is speaking. It's technocracy, this digital system, right? Beast system, man, all right? And cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Because if you don't want to take part in this new system, you're going to be killed, or you're going to be cut off from society, cast out, right? These are the times we're coming into. You have to have the mindset to pretty much be prepared to lose everything, man. Even in your life, if it come down to it, right? It says, verse 16, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? The RFID microchip, okay? The charagma in the Greek, right? The mark, the brand, okay? WEF, the World Economic Forum, says CBDCs must be implanted under your skin if you want to participate in this society. So it's plain, right? It's plain what they're coming with, okay? And the Lord said it was going to happen, right? But the Lord is going to keep his elect from this wicked device, man, all right? Because the whole point is about control, you know? That's why you have, because it's not only about the finances, man. He don't only want to control your finances, you know? He actually wants to control your mind. That's why you had the BCIs, the brain-computer interface. Talked about the right hand and the forehead, right? The forehead deals with the brain, you know? You get into that Greek word that's there is metapo, which is dealing with your brain, okay? So you have brain-computer interfaces. This is why you have, I'll get it, Neuralink, right? Elon Musk, Neuralink. A brain-computer interface, the brain-computer chip. It says, this is from Neuralink.com. Our brain-computer interface is fully implantable, cosmetically invisible, and designed to let you control a computer or mobile device wherever you go, right? And a lot of people are going to be deceived into taking this thing, okay? Just as they were deceived to take that juice, right? That was all a predecessor to what's getting ready to happen, you know, as they move into pushing this chip, right? You had celebrities and entertainers pushing this, pushing the juice, the jump shot on people. You know, they're about to do the same shit again, man. They about to do the same shit. They're not going to they're going all gas once they get ready to implement this. They're not going to let up like they did. You know, that's why then that article was talking about 15-minute smart cities, right? All this shit is part of this new system that's coming. But in order to bring the new, they gotta do away with the old system, right? And shit is just about to be a digital prison. They gonna get people chipped up, right? Those that actually succumb to this devil, right? And that are looking to forward their lives in this world, you know, they gonna have to get down. You know, they ain't gonna get chipped up, right? And there's a judgment that takes place for it if you take that chip, right? Revelation 14:9, and I'm gonna get it. But going back, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, right? Which that word for mark in the Greek, as we know, is the karagi, all right? And you get into a lot of Greek root words, and you have karax, which is like that syringe, that instrument that's going to be used to administer the chip, right? To parts your derma, right? The skin, right? The dermis, dealing with the skin. In the Greek, right? Derma, which also means leather, you know? And that syringe is like an awl. It's a boring instrument, right? You use the awl to perforate leather, to put holes in leather, you know? And we always get that example of how, Exodus, I believe Deuteronomy 2 talks about how when you would have the slaves in Egypt, you would, if they were to serve their master forever, the master would bring their ear to the doorpost and bore through with the awl. That served as a brand, okay? Showing who they belong to, right? And this essentially is a brand that Esau wants to put upon people, right? To put his name upon you, right? Let me see. In the Latin Greek root word is graphos, or grapho, meaning to write, to grave, record, right? Because they want to have everyone's records within that RFID microchip. That's why, you have biometrics. You have them talk about a digital identity, digital ID. All your records are gonna be on that microchip, right? Your financial, okay? And that's how they're gonna use those CBDCs, those digital currencies, in the right hand or in the foreheads. So it says, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So you're not going to be able to participate in society if you don't have this, okay? As they're saying, as they're telling you now, this shit is not a conspiracy theory at this point. Conspiracies are real, right? A plot to do evil. Like, come on, man. It don't take it's not like, why? Look at the animals that this nigga conducted experiments on, where he was able to control it, right? By putting these devices in their brains, and he's getting ready to do the same thing with people, This is what he wants to do. He's trying to exalt himself as the Most High on the planet Earth, right? Who exalted himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, right? So that he is God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. That's a God complex. The pride of Esau, Edom, right? That he thinks he's about to do this and win, because he wants to solidify his rulership in the earth. But he has a set, like it says, his bounds are set that he cannot pass. So the Heavenly Father is getting ready to throw down this man's kingdom, right, and establish the nation of Israel, right? When our Lord Yahushua returns, he's coming to subdue this man and the rest of the heathen nations and set up his rule, right? Esau wants that, It's all an attempt to upset prophecy. He wants to resist the will of the Heavenly Father, but who hath resisted his will? All right? So, like I said, there's a judgment for those that take this thing. (14:9). Or actually, we should go 16, Revelation 16:2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and then fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them that worship his image, right? And that is dealing with like a cancer, a pus from the chip. Because you got to think like this is something that's connected, to the IoT, right? Whatever, the Internet of Things, where this is a foreign object inside your body that's pumping you with EMF or whatever the case is, right? Electromagnetic frequencies, radiation, basically, right? So, as a result, people are going to actually get cancer from this thing, right? The image, again, is dealing with the beast system, right? Let me get Revelation 14:9. So Revelation 14:9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Which is talking about that thermonuclear destruction, right? When the missiles drop on America, right? The missiles, man, the thermonuclear missiles, the ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, right? Which are also called the arrows, the weapons of his indignation, right? The Lord's righteous anger. So those that get down, that want to be down with this man's system, that succumb to this devil, right, and actually take his chip, his microchip, all right, they're going to have part in that thermonuclear destruction, that lake of fire as it talks about, right? By way of those thermonuclear missiles. And the Lord, when he comes back, and what the world ignorantly calls UFO, right? Behold, he coming with clouds that every eye shall see him, right? Even they which pierce him. I'm roughly paraphrasing, but that's how the Lord is coming back. And what the world ignorantly calls UFOs, the clouds of heaven, right? With his holy angels, his armada, his fleet, right? And they're going to add to that destruction. Isaiah 66:15. He coming with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. Talking about the concentrated fire that's coming from those chariots. Or you could call them laser beams. All right? So this is the judgment that's written for those that succumb to this devil and take his chip and get down with his system, right? They're going, before they die of thermonuclear fire, the Lord is going to play them with cancer, that noisome and grievous sword, right? Then they're going to get hit with the missiles, okay? Let's get 2 Thessalonians 2:4. 2 Thessalonians 2:4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he is God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And that's what he's doing through this beast system. And through it, he's going to try to force the world to bow down to him. Which he's trying to push this his science and his technology, right? Scriptures talk about how he deceived them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles. We just got that in Revelation 13, right? By means of this technology. He's going to actually deceive people like those lying wonders that he talks about, right? I believe it's in the same chapter. But basically, he's trying to use all these means to exalt himself as a god, to set himself up as the Most High. So the image of the beast is speaking, man. All right, but going down, let me see, verse 9. Even him who's coming is after the working of Satan, spiritual demon Satan. This is the physical counterpart of spiritual demon Satan. He works through the left hand, right? This is the wicked, man. The so-called white man was created to be the wicked, right? The spirit which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith, right? The devil, man, Esau Edom, the adversary, because he's averse to the ways of righteousness. He's averse to the ways of Yahweh Shemel Shai, okay? And he's going to be taken out of the way so that righteousness can flourish in the earth. We're seeing that regime change happen right now. We're seeing the change of governments. So like it tells you in Revelation the 12th chapter, Verse 12, you know, that he's going to come down having great wrath because he knows that he had but a short time. He actually sees everything that's going on. He knows what time it is. No, he sees the prophets out there on the streets, right? Bringing this word out, you know? He sees the chariots out there in space, you know? He knows what's getting ready to go now. He knows that he has but a short time, Agenda 2030, but they're trying to push even faster than that, you know? This is his last stretch. This is his last attempt. He's going to try to resist, okay? He's going to try to resist, but it's all going to be in vain, right? Because the Lord is going to throw the monkey wrench in his plans, all right? This NWO is not going to come to the full fruition that this devil thinks he's going to be able to slide with, man. Get away with. All right? With all deceivableness of unrighteousness, and then their perish because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Right? Because people going to be deceived. Two-thirds of the nation of Israel are going to be deceived by these lying wonders, right? Because they believe not the love of the truth. They receive not the love of the truth that they might be saved. You know? For this cause, Yahweh Shemel Shai shall send them a strong delusion that they should believe in a lie. And our people are in a strong delusion, okay? They're in gross darkness, right? That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness, okay? So, a lot of our people are going to be deceived. But like I tell you, deceived and the deceiver are his, you know? So the Lord is going to let them be deceived and be taken by the plagues, by the calamities that's coming. The ultimate plague is going to be the missiles, right? But I'm going to get a few more and get ready to close out, you know. But this is what's coming, man, you know. This is what's coming. This is what it's coming down to, you know. And we just gotta continue to hope and have faith in Yahweh Shemel Shai, right? Continue to stay watchful, right? Stay up on a watch, man. Sound the alarm, right? Get ready spiritually, right? Rising in the part is not our rest, you know. Just passing through, man. You know, the world is getting ready to pass away. So we got to be ready to leave it all behind, right? The Lord is going to provide for us, you know? The Lord is going to provide for us in these times, you know? But this is Psalm 86, 14. It says, "O power, the proud are risen up against me, and the assemblies of violent men have sought after my soul, and have not set thee before them." You know, the assemblies of the violent men, Esau and the elites, are after our souls. Like, for real, okay? Through their technology, through invasive, you know, procedures, putting that technology inside of you, right? And this is how we plan to rule over the society, you know, through this beast system, leading to complete control, all right? Let's see. This is all the enterprise, right? The wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, right? Which is his NWO, okay? That's his desire, to bring this thing in, okay? Okay, but the Lord is going to destroy. The Lord is going to destroy it. All right. But let me see. Psalm 147. O power of the Lord, the strength of my salvation, thou hast covered my head in the day of battle. And this is that day of battle. You know, this is the day of battle. The Lord is going to cover his elect and protect them. You know, and he's going to sustain us. You know, that shit get tight. All right. This devil is going to come with real pressure, man. You know, to entice people to take that chip, right, during the hour of temptation. You know, which is going to come upon the whole world to try them, that dwell upon the earth, right? So our faith is going to be tested, you know, but Lord willing, we be of that elect, man, and we going to pull through, right? It says, grant not, O Lord, the desires of the wicked, further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves. It's a lie. And that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do, exalt themselves as the Most High. You know, via his enterprise, this beast system. It says, as for the head of those that compass me about, let the mischief of their own lips cover them. Let burning coals fall upon them. Let them be cast into the fire, into deep pits, that they rise not up again. Okay, and the burning coals is talking about the thermonuclear missiles, right? That nuclear destruction, okay? And we're at the point where, you know, this is the height of this man's kingdom, okay? The beast system is speaking through America. Things are about to change. Things are about to drastically change, you know? But again, the Lord, Yahweh, is going to just, the Yahweh Bashim outside is going to destroy Esau. Like it tells you in Job, the 20th chapter, you know? Job 20:23. I'll close off. It says, Job 20:23, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Okay? A violent overthrow is going to come to this man in his kingdom. Okay? So, hey, our salvation and our salvation and the destruction of this man's kingdom draws nigh. Okay? It's nearer than we had believed. So with that, man, Lord willing, it's been edifying. To the next one, I say shalom. All right.